There's a star girl on the show tonight. She's crushing over a boy who likes to freeze the world with ice. There's a star girl. Nothing? You want to take the next line?
Dear God, shoot him, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show. Tonight on the Geeky Puppet Show for Stargirl. It's season 3, episode 5. It's back. Oh, his ears. Sorry, Austin. And joining me, as always, of course, is Froggy. Say hi, Froggy.
Hi, Froggy.
Yeah. Now you said hi to yourself. How do you feel?
I feel welcome. Because only one person said
the answer is with your hands.
No, I have no hands. I'm disabled. It's like I have no ears.
Well, if you were Austin P, you'd be grateful. Anyway, yes.
If I was Austin P, I wouldn't be here.
Ooh, that's true. But yes, Stargirl is back. We had a short little break. It was just for a week, but it's missed dearly. It's one of the best shows on the CW, and it might be the best superhero show on there, period. I do love Superman and Lois, but you know.
To be fair, though, Superman's got a new suit. I'm excited for that next season.
That is true. That is true, and that's a reason to be excited. But, you know, speaking of new suit, we do finally get to see, Mr. Sylvester in his new Starman suit.
Sylvester what? Say his last name?
I'm not going to say his last name because I've forgotten.
Pendleton?
Pendleton. I don't think it's Pendleton. I think it's like Pepperton, something like that.
No, it's not Pepperton, you idiot.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I think it's Sergeant Pepper's rock band, right, bro?
Complete sudden screaming and loud logo. Yes, we like to be quite surprising here.
There we go. It's Pemberton. I knew it was something.
Pemberton. Thank you, Mr. Breen. You correct us when we need it dearly.
It's always great when a fossil escapes a museum.
Welcome to the show. Yes. So, what's been going on is, well, we get actually a flashback to start with here. And it's pretty much going ahead and implying that maybe, perhaps, Sydney, who is, of course, the Dragon King's daughter, she did stab the gambler. It looks like it. She had her little, wrist blade out, and he was on the ground. The gun was right there. Everything,
She may have had her blade out, but maybe she didn't stab him. Something else did first.
Yes, maybe she was there to help.
I still say that she's a red herring. She's trying to cure herself. But then again, it could be a case of Jekyll and Hyde. She doesn't understand. But then we would have seen more blackouts. You know why I think I killed the gambler? And I'm gonna say that it's actually Cameron's parents.
I think it's you.
Or it could be dun dun Icicle Jr.'s mom.
Oh, that she's still alive?
Somehow mutated. Or his dad's back. I mean, does it have to be a spear? Or could he be made on ice?
Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe the grandparents did it.
They are frost giants, I guess, or I guess what we call giants. They're not really giants, but they're. But anyway, they could use an Arctic blast of wind, just throw them characters up in the air.
But, I do like that we get to cover multiple aspects in this episode. One is Mike, and actually, Courtney's mom gets to talk about having a son now because of bringing him into the family.
Yes,
talking to Sylvester,
the Crocs, Jakeem. Pretty much everybody that's introduced into the show has a very important place in this, including the waitress at Richie's.
Mm-hmm. And including your mother.
Yes, your mother too.
She's a beautiful woman.
Not really, but let's go with one.
Oh, I meant yours.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, enough about my hot mom. Let's go and talk about the show.
Phil?
So with the the gamble being dead, let's go back to basically Sylvester, who Mikhail, who basically has his smexy new suit on that was made by Stripe C. Still don't know how he gets a suit on. That looks skin tight. Actually, it looks like the zipper's all the way in the back. So like, does somebody zip him up in the back? How do you get in that suit anyway? So apart from that, I still think he needs a mask, and I think the reason they didn't do a mask is that he looked like Captain America.
It could be, but you know what, Joel McHale, I'm never shying away from that.
So basically, we see them going down into, I guess, not the sewers, but the old ISA,
the old undercity tunnels, yes, where
yes.
the ISA headquarters are, and that's where Sydney has been trying to experiment on herself, hopefully to cure herself.
And she finally figures out how to hack into the gambler's computer by using his own device to basically hack into it.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yes. And basically it sends out an alert and lets her know the cameras detecting that there's movement. She quick grabs her things, gets out of there, so she doesn't get caught. Meanwhile, Courtney just got home. And basically Pat talks to her and lets her know like what's going on, and he notices that she's basically not all there. And this is
wait. I know that we tend to like dig in, but I think we can go ahead and just say that this part of the show goes throughout. Courtney is distracted. She is pretty much obsessed with Cameron, trying to help him, even though she can't say that that she is Stargirl and that she is kind of responsible for his dad's death.
Yeah, she's got a crush. Well, she obviously's got a crush on him. They both like each other. They kiss at the end. At the last episode, and then on the doorstep again, he kissed her again. She went inside, and she basically kind of is oblivious to what's going on, everything.
Yeah,
and the team notices it, especially at their little lunch meeting at school. And she basically gets called out for basically ignoring it. But then Cameron shows up, and basically Rick is pretty much those two don't like each other because they had a little moment at the art teachers, I guess, area.
Yep.
Last couple episodes, and
because Ice Boy is moody,
and so is Rick, and Rick's a dick.
Yeah.
Yes, so, and then Courtney even calls him on. It's like you have an anger problem yourself, and then talking about how Starman has an anger problem.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got it too, Rick. Yes, Rick does.
Yolanda is a constant theme too, as far as her. I said in the past reviews, I haven't really liked her attitude. Just seems very uppity, very self-righteous. And
I think it doesn't help. She doesn't get a lot anymore, other than being that.
Yeah,
she doesn't get a highlight like she did in season 1 or even 2.
So she doesn't like Cindy, doesn't trust her. That we'll talk more about that when we get towards the end of the show, because she gets a revelation. So basically, when they're in there, while they're down in the thing, the little ISA thing with Starman, I'm expecting Starman to basically get PTSD and just blow up the whole entire base, but he doesn't. He just
slashes the portrait,
Yeah.
But
which is kind of dumb because that's a really cool portrait.
I know, right? It looks very cool. He just went ahead and ruined some art. But a lot of this, him after this, in this episode, he does the same thing. He goes around and he's trying to be an influence. That conversation that I said he had with Courtney's mom, going ahead and talking about like Mike and trying to be something to these kids. It's very important to him.
Even his conversation with Beth about her parents, because her parents keep calling her in the middle of the thing and basically want to help out. And she says, well, the last time my family member helped out, she died. His sister died because she actually was killed by a brainwave.
And, it actually leads to the end of her getting frustrated, not only when Starman tells to help.
This is the thing I hate the most, and not about Beth. It's not even the writing. It's the fact that the parents get all kind of like gloomy and sad, like, oh, which does? I'm like, I can't. Explains them. You guys, you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna put yourself in danger. I don't want you guys to lose you guys.
But it's also I understand.
They're like 5-year-olds, and they're like, oh, fine, we won't. I'm just thinking, like, how old are they? I understand they want to be involved with their daughter, but there's ways to be involved with her life. You don't have to be we're going to be a family superhero. We're going to be the Incredibles.
I don't know. I understand where they're coming from. They want to have... yes, Robert Roberts. Courtney's mom does have it going on.
Well, of course, it's Amy Smart, bro.
But as I was saying, Beth's parents, they just want to be a part of something, and I can't blame them.
They went from being they have nothing to do with her to being overly wanted to be with her. They basically need to go on some medication.
They need to find a balance. That's what's important, and I think that'll be addressed at the end of the season. I
do love though. Later on, you see Starman basically checking out the other bases, even that dragon guy. I forget what his name is. Sydney's dad. That basically he has other bases, and he offered asked Courtney if she wanted to come along. Courtney basically spacing out, said, "Oh no, fine." So basically he goes there. He uses the staff, and instead of blasting things, the staff actually just blows like the leaves off the ground. He even compliments how the staff has basically got more new powers that they never knew existed with the cosmic rod. And so basically, there's a code on the door. He calls Beth, and she's in the middle of a test. She puts her goggles on. I'm surprised the teacher didn't be like, "Why do you have goggles on in the middle of school?" I guess you can't say you can't harass kids now because you get in trouble, get fired. I guess that's
it's just
quirky. So basically, she hacks into the thing, opens the door, the silo door for Starman. But then she looks on her test, it gives her all the answers, and she's upset because basically she didn't miss her parents and she cheated on the test.
I love Starman. Oh, congrats!
Yes.
Yes, because it's not something you look forward to. Also, we talked about Rick. He gets a good part of this afterwards because Sylvester, like we said, he's making the rounds. Whenever they go to pretty much tell Starman, hey, Courtney is dating Icicle's son. And he's like, listen, guys, you can't go ahead and say, oh, she's making her own side with the issue. No, you don't do that. We already addressed how I destroyed the JSA with my decision with Bruce Gordon. But here, you got to be a team, and you have to support each other. And the best thing you can do is let her do what she's doing. There's nothing, you can't just make her not do it.
Yep.
I also wanted to go ahead and say, yes, they do want to be part of her world.
One of the cool things here, and that's probably nothing to do with it, but Hakeem and basically Mike go up to Cindy. And, hey, you want to? I mean, I know it's unfair that nobody respects you. You're obviously very talented. How about we form our own thing? We'll call it the All-Stars. Cindy says it's the most stupidest name she's ever heard. It's walks away.
Robert, no! Jeez.
So, yeah, I'm ignoring that comment. It has nothing to do with the show.
Yes, with the show. They go up because Sydney helped him out earlier. They were about to be bullied, and they make a wish. Hey, I wish these bullies would be nicer to me. Please give us your lunch money. So we don't have to beat in your faces.
And after they see her basically beat up the guy, they see her walking away, slow motion. There's a pink highlight around the whole entire edge of your TV screen. You're watching this, and it's like the love cam. Like it's basically like. The thing is, I'm not sure which one's infatuated with her. If it's both of them or just one of them. But later on, after she basically said she won't team up, Hakeem basically made a comment about just what did he say? He said a specific word, about I guess he's really infatuated with her.
Oh, so maybe, and you know what? I can't blame him. But yeah, they say, hey, you want to join the All-Stars? Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's a cool thing, because Mike had got a pep talk from Starman, who basically because he was upset because Sylvester, he basically had taken every food they have and snack they have in there and put in those plastic containers, bins, clear ones,
In alphabetical
in
order.
alphabetical order.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that guy, not just PTSD.
A little OCD. Yes. But other than that, there is
I'm not done yet, bro.
Huh?
I'm not done with my points.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, Mike got a little pep talk from him and basically told him, hey, when I started out, I have to prove myself. Nobody listened to me, so that I did everything on my own. So I think that's going to come back to bite Sylvester in the butt a little bit.
Maybe.
I think Mike's going to get in over his head.
Ooh.
But overall, this show has been great. It just proves that, despite the CW tarnished name, this is actually a good show. And I guess I gotta say this: it must really suck to be working for CBR when you're gonna complain the fact that the Arrowverse is involved in the crossover they're be doing with the Titans, Doom Patrol, and Stargirl.
What are you talking about?
There's a crossover event coming up soon.
Why am I just hearing about this?
Well, I tried to tell
Let me
you.
look at my papers. No, I don't have anything listed here.
Yes.
Does this mean we have to start reviewing Doom Patrol?
No.
Good.
As far as I thought that show was canceled anyway, so.
Oh, rip.
But
anyway.
Titans come back too, and we'll be reviewing that as well.
Yes. I will go ahead and say I do think Grundy will come back. He'll come. Yes.
On Monday.
Yes. But also, you mentioned Yolanda. Yolanda does find something major. She sneaks into in Sydney's house while Sydney is away in her father's old abandoned lab looking for.
Point out that she's wearing her Wildcat costume.
Yes.
Which looks amazing on her.
Froggy, calm down.
I am calmed down.
Uh-huh. Doom Patrol is good. I just don't care to review it. But yes, she goes into her house while she's away, and guess what she finds? Because, it was the one thing that Sydney could run with whenever Starman and company went down to the ISA headquarters. It's the gambler's laptop, and she says she's going to kick her ass, and that's what we have to deal with. But overall, another solid episode. I love this show. I love it wholeheartedly. All in my little puppet fluff heart. Right here.
We even got a Batman reference too.
We did?
You didn't catch it with the Crocs talking about how they interrogate people holding off of rooftop ledges?
Kind of bad.
So the Crocs are basically they're basically not on the side of justice. They basically are superheroes.
And it's doing wonders for their sex life.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, that's our end. It's a great show. If you're not checking it out, why aren't you checking it out? It's very good. You should go watch it now. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel.
My only complaint, where's Artemis?
That's right. She's just been kind of gone. But also leave a comment if you have been watching this show. We want to hear your thoughts. But that's about it for us from now. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Smell you later.
There's a Starman.